Good day, Minecraftians. Purple Mentat here, bringing you a brand new series. So I was trying to record some Agrarian Skies on the Ruined Wolf server today. Was having some issues finding motivation because, well, I mean, like a lot of you pointed out, I shouldn't have jumped straight into a Season 2 Agrarian Skies. I've already done most of it. A lot of the mechanics haven't changed, though a lot of the quests have changed kind of a little bit. And I had basically just finished Season 1, but Blood and Bones didn't really work out for me. I wasn't finding it fun, and I dove right back in because I wanted to keep some sort of content going. It wasn't the right choice. I'm going to continue it. I'm going to finish it up at some point. Right now, it's kind of on hiatus. Also, when I tried to get on the Ruined Wolf server earlier, it was not 100% stable, so we're going to wait until he gets back from vacation at best. Maybe a little later than that. Also, I've got the Patreon server going up soon, and I definitely want to be doing at least a video or two a week on that place. But right now, what I've got is the 1.1.2 beta of Iskander's Crash Landing. And we're going to start a brand new, fresh Let's Play world. So, this is going to be handled stream of consciousness style. I am not going to do breaks for day one. Starting out, need to do HQM quest to get quest mode enabled. Grab your hammer, sieve, crafting station, all of these good things you're going to need very, very soon. And the most important thing you can do in the first day is protect yourself, because you do not have any even modicum of safety early on. There's no time to stand around, no time to wait. Get your rewards and go. So, we are going to get the camel pack going. I do not know why I'm stuck in the Steve skin. That is odd. I have been having that issue all day on this pack, and this pack alone. Fill up our camel pack with the water bottles. Save those for now because I want to use up the cold water bottles. And start digging up some dust. Whoops, hang on. And I'm using mouse keys to hold down the left button for me so that I don't have to do it myself. Now, I do need to build myself a bit of a ditch and a bit of a wall, but problem is, in this pack, there are special mobs with special mob AI, and that means that they will spawn giant mobs that will attempt to throw smaller mobs over the wall. I need to have a wall that is 4 high to stop this from happening. I've done some testing and found that 4 is indeed the number, and the number is 4. No less than 4. 3 will not do. 5 is right out. So we will be doing a 4 high wall to protect ourselves, but right now we're just going to do a bunch of digging, and we're going to wall ourselves into the shuttle for tonight because of another issue that is a purely beta issue and will not exist in the full release of the 1.1.2. There is a new set of terrain to explore in the Crash Landing world. Namely, a city spawns. The problem is, the city is spawning too close to the shuttle, which is causing issues, because when the road for the city spawns, it can accidentally take out your wall. And if you don't have a wall, you don't have protection. So that definitely killed me once, and I'm not going to let that happen again. Okay, lots of digging. Now, the dust here is useful in the Ex Nihilo sieve, that the entire world basically is made out of this Ex Nihilo dust, except for that bit of extra that I was telling you about. The city, basically. Alright. We are going to define exactly our area. I want a good 10 blocks in front of my front door. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll go 2 more. And then we'll build the trench right here. And I do want a bit of space between that block and... So I want to go a little bit further. Basically, I want these 2 spaces to be open terrain and this to be the wall, which means that here and here is where I need to dig. Fantastic. And all of the water droplets you're seeing in the air right now is sweat, because I am gaining heat. And as you can see in the lower left-hand corner, I have a core temperature currently of 38.13 degrees C, which is relatively high for a human. You can see the core temperature is being affected by the fact that I am working out in the sun, hot as heck during the day here. And I am sweating, which is costing me an awful lot of moisture just to keep my heat down. Now, there are a couple of things that can help with this over time. The primary thing that's going to help you is water. You drink lots of water, you stay hydrated, you stay cool. Seems simple, but it's more complicated than people think, because the way this all works is that I have a kind of a limit to the amount of water that I can have in my system at any one time. And when I drink, it only restores a percentage of that. And as your water percentage goes down, you actually have a hard time sweating as much and staying as cool, I've noticed. Now, what this means is that I need to continuously find more water and create more water for myself. The quest will help with this at first, but very soon I'm going to need a different setup available. What I'm going to be using for this, at first you start with 2 cold water bottles. They restore 25% of your water and also drop your core temp by, I believe, a degree or half a degree, depending on where you're at. By the way, overheating is not the only issue. At night, you will get too cold, and you can experience hypothermia from being too cold. So you need to be careful of that as well. You do not want to be at extremes of temperature, or it will kill you. It will also cause you to drain hunger much, much faster. Now, Iskander is a bit of a nice guy in that he starts you with 4 beef jerky, but that 6 hunger bars and 2 saturation bars is not going to last you as long as you want it to. Guarantee it. Okay, we're getting to a little bit in front of this. I want to incorporate the front of the shuttle into the wall, because having the dark glass show me where monsters are, so I can see outside, is kind of neat, I feel. Which means that right here is where I want to dig. So far I've found that the mobs do not break their way through the glass. At least not the dark glass. They will regular glass, I believe. So this is where we dig the trench, and I'm going to dig this all the way out to connect with that other side. Awesome. Things are going well so far. Now, having the trench too wide like this, I believe will protect me from the giants, even though I'm not going to be building as tall as I could otherwise. However, I may be wrong on that. I'm not 100% certain. I'm doing this a little bit experimental, because I've tried a couple of different starts on this, and so far have not been able to do that successfully. This would be a lot faster if I had a proper shovel, but we'll build a shovel probably tomorrow. Keep track of the sun. It's already past noon. Could have made myself a shovel today, but I would rather just get straight to work. Now, come morning, I am going to have to deal with whatever mobs spawned around the spaceship and did not die. That will be a bit of a challenge, but you'll get to see me have some fun combat times. I've already learned a couple of tips and tricks that'll help me along that way. Step 1. Oh, I am now overheating. Time to use that cold water bottle. There we go. That should kill the overheating. Now, what you're going to want to do after you've used both of your cold water bottles is put on your camel pack that you've already filled up. The camel pack is a useful device that will keep you hydrated, and as you hydrate from it, it will also cool you down. Now, speaking of heat, you may hear fire nearby. That's because your fuel cell ruptured on impact and is spreading fire. You need to be very careful to plug off this area. There we go. This isn't perfect, but it will at least cause that giant flow of blazing pyrotheum to not be all over the place. Later on, we're going to be able to put that to work for us. At the moment, though, it's just too dangerous to mess with. So we're going to dig all the way around that fuel section. We're going to incorporate that into part of the wall as well, for safety. And then we can get back to base. Hopefully we'll be able to get the wall actually constructed on day 2. Overnight is going to be an awful lot of sieving of dust, collecting of bone meal, and using that bone meal to construct some bone tools. Okay. So, I believe that's everything I have to cover right now. I will be back once it is dark and I am pulling up in the spaceship. See you soon. As you can see, the sun is now setting and it is time to hole up for the night. I am going to draw this line here just so that I know where to dig in the morning. And with the moon on the rise, mobs will be spawning any moment now. We're going to go into our ship and barricade the door, as the automated door seems to be broken for now. Alright, let's get some questing done. First off, get the sieve into the world, and I'm going to keep my crafting station right there for now. There will be a good reason for this in the future. Now, the very next quest that I want to do requires bone meal, so I need to get myself some bone meal sieved up from this dust. As usual, I'm using mouse keys to hold down right-click for me, so I don't have to do this manually. As soon as I get a bit of bone meal, we can complete that quest and move on. And also you can see that I'm already down a bit of hunger. We are going to eat a couple of beef jerky and keep that up there. There we are. Whoops. Now, there's going to be two serious issues in the morning. The spiders will, if they spawn too close, climb on top of the shuttle. And they will stay aggroed. In fact, I think all of the spiders are angry spiders from special mobs. They're always aggroed on the player. They apparently hate all things living. The other issue is going to be any armored skeletons, any those with helmets, any helmeted zombies, and any helmeted, any creepers at all that are still around, because they will continue to be a problem forever. I dislike the creepers. Alright, looks like... Oh, I didn't actually get any bone meal. I thought I did, but I was wrong. It was salt. That's okay. Salt is extremely useful. That's going to help us stay alive long term. There's the bone meal I need. Alright, so submit a piece of dust, a bone meal, and a water bottle to get 2 water bottles, 4 bone meal, and our first bit of dirt. Now, don't use all of your water bottles straight away. What you're going to want to do instead, keep your camel pack filled as much as you can. What you're going to want to do instead, though, is you're going to want to come over here to drinking mud, and you're going to want to make a dirty water bottle. To do so, you put some glass and some dirt in here, and you get a dirty water bottle. Once you submit that, you get to claim your dirt and a clean water bottle out of that. And the very next quest is to submit a water bottle to get a cold water bottle. And as you've seen, the cold water bottle is kind of nice. Also get 4 more glass bottles out of that. So, I have 2 more water bottles and a cold water bottle. We're going to continue sieving, I believe, at this point. Now, the sieve results for dust has been altered in this pack. As you can see, I am getting some stone out of it, which is going to be very useful. That's how I'm going to get my first bit of cobblestone and get my cobblestone generator started up. Okay, there's nothing else interesting that's going to happen this evening, because everything else in the quest book, as you can see, requires me to either have some rotten flesh or build some tools that I don't have materials for yet. What I can do is I can choose either the easy route for a kinder, gentler experience, which gives me a shell constructor, some PB&J, a leadstone energy cell, a whole bunch of bone meal, as well as an oak sapling. On the other hand, I like the hard route. We're going to choose that. I only get 8 bone meal, 1 needle gun ammo, and a couple of spruce and a birch sapling. No apples for me. We're not going to be enabling zombie awareness, though, because it causes some significant lag. Oh, I don't have enough space in my inventory to claim the reward. Let's fix that. We can deposit our dust as a quick fix. There we are. And back in here, I'm going to keep the spruce sapling because I have no use of it. I do not like it at all. Sort key, as always, is on grave or tilde, depending on who you talk to. And back to sieving. Alright, I will see you folks come morning. Here's one of those alterations to the dust sieving drops that I was telling you about. Raw fish has a small chance of popping out of your dust sieving. So I'm going to toss that on the drying rack to make myself some fish jerky once it finishes up drying. And get back to sieving. It is about, well, it's almost morning time now, so let's actually get ready to head out into the daylight. Do just a little bit more sieving, then put all of our metals in such a way. I'd really like to get to 24 stone before I head back out there, but I'm not going to hold myself to that. If everything is dead by the time before I hit 24 stone, then I guess I just don't have a furnace yet. That's life. Okay. Sieving. 22. Almost there. Come on. One other thing that dust can drop for me is eggs. So far, I haven't had an egg actually give me a chicken in this map, because I guess just because Iskander hates chickens. You heard it here first, folks. But it's at least possible. Oh, I hear things burning to death now. So, I'm down a bar and a half on food. Going to eat a bit of beef jerky. Toss all of my ores and such that I got out of this into the chest. Not to save them. This is on hardcore mode. If I die, I am dead for reals. There are no lives in this game. But mostly just to have the inventory space to come out here. First off, creeper gotta die. Takes 3 shots from the needle gun to kill a creeper. And between these skeletons... Oh, here we go. Mini zombie. 3 shots also. No rotten flesh. That's a shame. Alright, we are going to check for... Ooh, gold nugget. Nice. Arrows, rotten flesh, bones, all of those drops that can come from zombies dying, zombies and skeletons dying out in the world. 4 rotten flesh, that's going to be a big help. There is a helmeted zombie that I was warning you about. Oops. Oh my. He ran quick. That's a charging zombie. Special mobs. There we go. Your crescent hammer does 1 full heart worth of damage. It can be worth using. There's a couple of spiders out here, but I didn't get any bones yet, so that's not super useful to me, actually. Oh, speaking... However, it is super useful to look around and make sure I actually pick up all of the items that have dropped by the skeletons and zombies that have died. It's fairly easy to refill the needle gun using gunpowder from the creepers and arrows from the skeletons. So, don't be afraid of using it. It is not an extraordinarily limited resource. I think now I have everything. Or at least I have everything that I can see. The problem is the render distance on item entities is fairly low. Okay. We're going to finish our sweep around here. But I think I'm in pretty good shape now to actually get back working on my defenses. Okay. First step on that note, I'm actually going to get some tools going because I'm sick of digging by hand and there's a better way. Let's see, where do I want my first tree? Right next to the door. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more in each direction. So that I have a nice 3 spaces there and 3 spaces there. Get my birch sapling down, bone meal it up, and punch wood. You know how this section goes. Step 1 is going to be not an axe this time. I actually need enough wood to make, I believe, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 5. So I need to leave 1, and 1 of those, and 1 of those. And then that gives me 3, which will be enough to at least turn these into their respective blocks. That being a part builder, a stencil table, and a tool station. Now, I need 2 more stencils worth. However, I am now out of options. I need to turn some of these sticks into a crook, because I did not get any crooks from, any bones from killing the skeletons. So, going to crook some leaves, hope for more saplings. Come on, sapling. There we go. There's 1. You want to make sure you get at least 1. Getting more is better. Having all of this dust available at the start makes early metals more of an option, but having 0 dirt available at the start makes early plants very difficult. Food is a even more significant challenge in this game than it is in Agrarian Skies, I feel. Alright. Ooh. Almost missed a silkworm. That would have been bad. Fantastic. Grab you. Okay. So, turn you into sticks. And now we can build the tools that I want. Now, before we go any further, let's consolidate our inventory slightly. For one, we can put the dust away temporarily. We're going to grab 18 of the salt we have. And we're going to turn this 9 rotten flesh into 9 zombie jerky. Which completes the quest Desperate Times. need to collect salt and rotten flesh to make zombie jerky, desperate measures. And this will give us 4 more zombie jerky. Zombie jerky restores 1/2 of a hunger bar and basically 0 saturation. So it does not last for very long. Now we also have 2 silkworms, but I did not, I believe, get quite enough stone yet. So we're going to hang on to those for now, and we'll put them to better use in a little bit. I'm going to set up my tool crafting in here because I like that idea for now. Stencil table into a table version, put the part builder down underneath the stencil table, and we will stick the tool station. Oh, actually, I'm going to move things later, but we'll put the tool station right there. Now, the first 2 stencils that I want, we'll just turn all of these into stencils because I'm going to need them, and I'm going to need some more sticks right now. So we'll go ahead and do that. Let me think. I want 4 stencils right away, but the first 2 that I want are going to be the shovel head pattern and the axe head pattern. I'm going to toss those right into the part builder, and I want 2 shovel heads and 1 axe head. The shovel head is, as normal, to make myself 1 bone shovel. This is going to speed up my digging significantly. The other shovel head and the axe head is to make a mattock. Now, I wish I could use the mattock for everything, but it does not function as a shovel on the dust. It only functions as a shovel on dirt. Check my Enviro pack, or my camel pack from Enviromine. It is down to 17. Put some more water in there. That brings it up to 67. Fantastic. All right, now we're going to use this shovel. Ooh, as you can see, this is why I did not build my road early, and unfortunately, I mean my wall early, and unfortunately I think that eradicated one of my clay blocks. That's not nice. So this is what is going to be one of the things that is going to be changed. Right, and this is all gravel and blackstone, and I need a pickaxe to be able to dig through that. Okay, so that changes my order of operations slightly. It is actually time to get the pickaxe now, and to do that, I need to grow another tree. Because I need to use my mattock to cut down some wood, so that I can have the sticks that I need to actually create the pick. And we will crook down the leaves. There is a better option for leaves coming very soon, but right now I need the saplings more than anything. Okay. Slowly getting established. So the twin issues at the beginning of the game, well, there's 3 significant issues that you need to tackle very quickly in this particular map. And those 3 are hunger, water, and monsters. Monsters, yes. And hunger and water are basically handled by the quests for the first couple of days, so your real issue early is the monsters. Alright, there we go. Now I can make a pickaxe. That road is not supposed to be there. That is one of the bugs that is going to be fixed. There we go. But for the time being, I'm working with what I have. And honestly, that what I have is going to be rather useful, because having this cobblestone early on will be to my advantage. As I'm pretty sure that the cobble blackstone will in fact substitute as cobblestone. I do not know if the blackstone gravel is useful for anything. It does not seem to be. However, the cobble blackstone is useful to make anything that gravel can make, including a furnace. So this is a bit of a bonus for me, actually, in the long run. Just going to gather up a bunch of this right now. Oh, but you know what? If I do that, I do want enemies to be falling into my little ditch that I'm making here. Ah, yes, this is much nicer than digging by hand. So much faster. Fantastic. Okie dokie. So let's get this ditch finished up. We do have Iguana Tweaks, so I am gaining experience for my shovel by doing this. Unfortunately, being made out of bone, while seemingly nice because I have a effectively infinite supply of it from sieving dust to get sand, sieving dust to get bone meal. Bone meal does not drop super frequently from the dust. You'll note that I only have 17 of it left after making tools, and I gained 8 of that from questing. But that's a problem for another day. At the moment, let's just focus on getting some defenses built. This shovel makes life go so much faster. I don't know if it's actually... I think that I'm digging about 3 dust in the time it used to take me to dig 1. Which is fantastic. And like most Tinker's tools, anything that you have placed to the right of them, it will happily place for you when you right-click. There's the edge of my ditch. Fantastically awesome. Whoops. Of course, now I've kind of dug myself in. But that's alright. Night is falling. Need to get this built quickly. Alright, let's worry about digging out the inside later. And instead, let's get everything placed. So I have my defenses. So with a ditch that goes down to, well, from... It doesn't actually go down 2 from this spot, does it? It goes down 1 from this spot, which means I need a wall that's 3 high to the inside. I believe. I've got 1, 2, 3 there so far, so it needs to go that high. Awesome. And I am out of time. I need to go hide inside for this night as well, don't I? Yes. Yes, I do. Because zombies and such are coming this way. I may be okay. Let's find out. I'm gonna equip my needle gun so that I am prepared just in case I'm not okay. As you can see, there's one of them giant skeletons I was telling you about. But I seem to be in an acceptable place for safety at the moment. Awesome. So long as I'm not completely foolhardy, should be alright. Oh. Oh, there's one that's already on the inside. Okay. It's time to hide inside for the evening. Alrighty. So that's the first 36 hours on an alien world. We're going to wrap up here, and I'll be back next time to finish preparing my defenses and get some food going if I'm at all lucky. See you next time, folks. Thank you very much for joining me.